Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So probably quite a quick one today, but I got a small package from Greyfinale Games, who have kindly sent me the new release for 0200 hours to have a look at, which will be for the Partisans and Jedburgh teams. And yeah, I just thought what I'd do is I'd open it up, as you can see, so I don't struggle on camera like I normally do. I've already opened this, and inside we have the cards and the metal miniatures for this release. Now, at the time that Graham got in touch with me and just asked me if I'd be interested in seeing these, they didn't have the plastic sprues available for the Partisans, but they are essentially the ones that are available for Wargames Atlantic. However, also that doesn't particularly bother me very much because, as I say, first of all, he sent these to me, which, you know, is awesome. But I also have about 15-20 odd Partisans already, which I use for bolt action. So I'll just use those and mix these metals in. So what I thought we'd do, as we've done before, we'll have a look at the Partisans, the Jedburgh teams, a look at the cards and the rules, and just and see what we've got. So I imagine, funnily enough, that these are the cards. Absolutely. Brilliant. Oh, I can see at the back already the Jedburgh ones are separate. So we'll have a look at those. And then we've got some metal miniatures. Now, I like to start by looking at the miniatures. That is, after all, why we game. Okay, so they're the Jedburgh team. And these must be the new Partisans. So, the Partisan set comes with new models. I think it's about 40 cards, including the new plan mechanic that's in there. There's 6 metal Partisan characters, which is these ones here that I'm laying out at the moment. And then there are 8 multi-part Partisan sets. So they are the Wargames Atlantic sprues, so that'll be 2 sprues. And you can make these up in a variety of ways to give yourself all sorts of weapon options here. In fact, what I think we'll do, because I know these are named characters, so let's look at that, they're here at the top. Let's have a look at the named characters and then see if we can find the model that goes with them. Okay, so first up we have Yvette, who is a Partisan hero. She is a character, commander, veteran, has an SMG grenade, the plan keyword, which is new, and she is unique, so you can only obviously take her once. At the start of the game, keep 2 extra plan cards. Okay, so maybe before we do this, actually, we'll have a look at what the plan mechanic is. If an attacking force includes Partisans, then after choosing the mission and setting up the terrain, but before deployment, shuffle all of the plan cards. Count up the number of recruitment cards in the force with the plan keyword. So, like that, just there. And draw that number of plan cards, including certain figures such as Jedburgh liaisons, which can increase the number drawn. The Partisan player then chooses up to 3 of these plan cards to keep and use as described during the game. Certain fighters, such as a Partisan officer, can increase the maximum number kept. Okay, cool. So almost like already earned event cards. So let's pop that to one side. Okay, so Yvette, so you can see she's got a 2 in aim, so she's not too shabby. Agility well, it's maxed out, and to be honest, across the board, pretty good. 6 points, and Yvette will be, there she is. Oh wait, no, there's Yvette. Oh, they're actually in the poses. No, there we go. So here is Yvette with her SMG. There she is with the SMG, a nice model. I'll definitely get these painted up as quick as possible so I can use these in the game. So we have Yvette. Next up we have Astrid, the Partisan agent. She also has the plan keyword. She's a subordinate. So we have a commander here, so you can take Astrid. So that's just 10 points for those 2. She's got 2s across the board, and she's got a silenced pistol. And then she's got her own unique action here, so she can fire and move if she's taking a shoot action and they roll a medal, she can take fire and move. After shooting, she can do a 2-inch move with no reduction for terrain. So she could essentially nip back over a fence or into cover to, you know, benefit from that. And I can see which model this one is straight away. There we go. That's a very cool pose. Very nice. Okay, so there is Astrid. Now, this is the one I already had areas. Is Marie, the Partisan Sniper. She's also a subordinate. Are all of these guys subordinates? Oh no. Okay, so she's a subordinate. She has a sniper rifle, which is... Now, that's quite good, because I haven't used the sniper rifle to very great effect in my games yet. So maybe it'll be better with a named character. It says here that during a sneak action, if Marie does not move, then a hidden result can be changed to a medal and used to trigger the recon medal effect. Okay, so she's got more chance of spotting people, and then she's got 2s across the board as well. And then here's her model. It's quite cool. She's like sitting on an ammo crate. Quite a cool pose. Okay, next up we have... Who's next? We have Edith, the Partisan Operative. Okay, so she's a regular. She has a pistol and demo charges, which she's hiding in a basket of bread. Brilliant. 2 in aim, 2 in agility, only 1 in melee. 2 in smarts and 1 in guts. She has 3 demo charges and can use the set charge action. She starts with the light feet veteran card automatically. Does not count against a normal number of veteran cards drawn at the start of the game. Okay, so she's going to be just running in to set some charges. Let's have a look at her. That's cool. And yeah, as we just saw, the demo charges are hidden in the bread basket. Now we have Luke, the Partisan Stalwart. A trooper, regular, has a knife and a pistol, grenades. He'll get the plan keyword as well. And he starts with the Deadly Hands veteran card. Does not count against a normal number of veteran cards. Okay, so we're starting to see how this is going to work. There's a lot of skills involved in this, and the ability to use these plan cards. There's his model, sneaking. A very, very sharp looking stiletto knife. Very, very cool. Or a commando knife, I'm not sure. It looks sharp. And then the last of the named characters is Remy, the Partisan Radio Man. He also gets the... Do they all get the plan keyword? Yes, every single one of these gets the plan keyword. So if we had all 6 of these, we would draw 6 cards and then keep 3. So he starts with a field radio requisition card for no additional points. And at the start of the game, he gets to keep an extra plan card. And here's his model with his field radio in a suitcase. Lots of character, so a nice set there. Let's have a look at the rest of the recruitment cards. I imagine now these are for your standard partisans. Now, I did notice the other side of this. Partisan irregulars represent fighters with at least a degree of training and experience, and they're only available individually, whereas partisan recruits are brave but untrained civilians, and as such have inferior ability scores and don't operate singly unless one of the pair is taken out. Okay, so here we have the Partisan Irregular. So this is essentially your standard Partisan. He's got a standard issue weapons, and that means that you could build him with a rifle, an SMG, or a pistol. He has grenades, and he generates a plan card. 2 aim, 2 agility, not that great in melee, fairly good smarts, and not great guts. Now we have the Partisan Recruits. Now these are the ones which are just civilians who are coming in pairs. Standard issue weapons, may not be given requisition cards when choosing your force, so you can't equip them with anything better. They get the assist action, but across the board not that great, but you'll want some of those in there just to probably build up some numbers. Now we have the Partisan Officer. At the start of the game you get to keep 1 extra plan card, and he seems alright for 5 points, although to be honest I just think I'd rather take one of these named ones. But he's got a good guts value. And then you have a Partisan Sergeant, who's 2 across the board. Very similar to the basic subordinates we've seen. Okay, let's have a look at these plan cards, because I have a feeling this is where the real sort of flavour and meat of the partisans is going to come into play. So you, as we said at the start, for everyone who has the plan keyword, you draw a card and then you get to keep 3, but there are people in here who could increase that at the start of the game or as you go through the game. So here, for example, Yvette, the partisan hero, at the start of the game keep 2 extra plan cards, and so you're going to be holding 5. So let's have a look. A cigarette break. Used during a patrol route action, so you'll be using it in your opponent's turn. The sentry doesn't move, but may still turn and recon as normal. If no successes are rolled, he stays facing direction. So he just stops. So you can stop someone if they're going to be walking towards you, and the guy has a fag and just has a little look around. Coded message. Before the alarm has been raised, when the attacker draws a token, the attacker rolls 1 dice. if you roll anything but a blank, the attacker draws 2 tokens instead of 1. That's pretty cool. Cut the phone lines. For the rest of the turn, no characters in the defender's force can enter the table. That'd be brilliant if you've got the reserves are about to turn up. Cut the power. Stops the lights from working. Earlier reconnaissance. If any mission with a face-down objectives, you can look at one objective before the game starts. Brilliant. That would be really handy. I mean, obviously you don't get to pick these. These are dealt out randomly, but if you've got the more people with the plan keyword, the more chance you're going to have to tip things to your advantage. An improvised plan. Draw 5 random plan cards and choose one to keep. Okay, so you can do things halfway through the game. Just a cat. When an attacker is detected during the sneak action and there are no defenders within 15 inches or line of sight, the nearest defender makes a basic smarts test. And if failed, the attacker is not detected. That's cool. Language skills. Well, I'm not going to read off every single one of these, but so left unlocked. You don't need to toss a brawn test to go into a building. A map of the patrol routes, place an alert marker on 1 sentry. That's good, so you could actually take someone out quite early in the game. Molotov cocktail. Rules follows the rules for grenades, and the indirect metal effect applies even if the target is in a building. Whether or not there are any hits, place a fire smoke marker 1 inch away from the target. Any trauma rolls cause always just 1. That's really, really cool. That'll be fun. Plan of attack. Start the game. 2 order cards. Sausages. It's got to be something to do. At any point during the sneak action, place a special marker within 2 inches. Dog handlers must treat this marker as a detected attacker. Remove the marker if a dog handler reaches the marker's location, or if they plan an attack action targeting that marker, the dog runs towards it and eats a snack. That's amazing. That requires a special base with some sausages on it. I'll have to have a word. See if Robin will knock one up before the next game. Throw a rock, useful intelligence, and a weapons cache. So there's a lot of options in there. So there's a good variety of plans, and depending on your force layout, you're going to get to keep like a different number of those each time. The set also comes with some more event cards for the defender, blocked escape, careless talk, a collaborator, and hesitation. Now, here's the other sort of key things that come with this. Now, the Jedburgh cards are in the set with the Partisan Cell box set. However, the Jedburgh models are separate. Now, that's because I've read that the Jedburgh cards give benefits to the Partisans, which is why they are included in this set. The cards, anyway. So you have a Jedburgh non-com. So what I've read about the Jedburghs is that essentially the Operation Jedburgh was set up to assist Allied forces who essentially invaded France in 1944 and other areas actually as well, and they basically help coordinate sabotage and guerrilla warfare and lead or assist local resistance forces. And they generally operated in 3-man teams, so they'd have a British or an American commander, a liaison officer who sort of was a native of the area, and then NCO radio operator. Now the Jedburgh teams are mentioned on the information card here, and it basically says that you're free to choose which Jedburghs are taking part in a specific mission. You don't have to take all 3. So let's start from here. We have the Jedburgh officer. He's a character, a commander, veteran, standard issue, combat knife, grenades, unique. He's pretty hard. To start the game, you get to keep an extra plan card. So there's no point really in using him if you're not using the Partisans, because that ability would just be completely null and void, because the SAS, for example, don't get that. The number of requisition cards allowed in the force is increased by 1. This extra card must be paid for as normal. So that's pretty good. So normally you only get like a couple of requisition cards, so he'll increase that to 3. He's got decent stats across the board, plus really high smart, so good at recon. We have the Jedburgh liaison officer, subordinate character. At the start of the game, draw 3 additional plan cards. Bloody hell! So if we had our 6 here, they'd be drawing 6. Put him in it, he would let you draw 9, and she lets you keep an additional 2. So you'd be drawing 9 and keeping 5. That's very cool. These 2s across the board. Jedburgh troopers, so you actually have them as a pair. All partisan recruits in the same force are equipped with grenades. So they bring grenades along for the plan. That's cool. And they can use assist. And then we have the non-com, who is just pretty standard. At the start of the game, give 1 partisan in the same force a spare ammo veteran card. So these really are essentially there to buff the partisans. So that's really interesting. Okay, well that's it in terms of cards. So it's added more in the way, because you've got the plans, you've got a few event cards, but definitely the partisans are very interesting, and hopefully this is going to add a lot to the sort of the feel of things. But let's have a look at the Jedburgh models. Okay, so this is the Jedburgh Liaison. That's a very cool model, nice and stocky. What kind of is he carrying there? Has he got a shot? Is that a shotgun? Or is it a Garand? I think it might be a Garand. Anyway, that looks cool. Here we have the non-com. That's pretty cool as well. I just keep on saying that. That's pretty cool. I just do like these models. As you probably tell, I don't paint a great deal of World War II stuff, so I like it when there's sort of, everything has a bit of character to it. And here is the Jedburgh officer. It's SMG. Nice model. So that is an interesting kit. So as I say, so you remember these Jedburgh models do not come in the set. You're going to get, if you get the Partisan Cell, you're going to get the 6 metal partisans plus enough plastics to make 8 plastic guys, sorry, 8 plastic partisans, and then you can get the Jedburgh guys separate. Now I know that there is a bundle deal, so the Partisan Cell set is £48 on its own, and then you'll get the 6 metal figures, you'll get the sprues to make the additional partisans, and then you get all these cards. The Jedburgh team are 12 quid on their own. However, you can get the bundle with both of them for 54 quid. So you're saving 6 quid if you get the bundle. So if you haven't jumped into 0200 hours already and you wanted to do something a bit different, maybe think about picking that up. You could. It'd be an interesting force to see on the table. I'm definitely going to get these painted up, and or certainly some of them, so we can use them in another game. Which of the Jedburghs would you like to see in the game? I'm looking at the points here. They're going to rack up really quickly. So over here, for example, if I take Yvette, that's 6. Let's take Astrid, that's 10. Take the Sniper, that's 15. And then take the, for example, take the Jedburgh Liaison, that's 19. And we're normally playing 25-point games, so I'd be able to fit in a couple more, maybe like a regular partisan, and then one group, and that's it. Okay, so they're going to be quite an elite force, which is going to, well, I say elite, probably won't be if I'm rolling, but they're going to be very specialised, so so we'll have a look at that. As always, a big thank you to Graham over at Grayfinair Games for sending these for me to have a look at and to share with you guys. I really like 0200 hours because it completely fills what I want from a World War II game. I really like the sort of narrative gameplay, and we've had some really, really good games of it. And we will definitely be doing another one on the channel, but I will want to include these partisans in that, and they'll definitely have to be assassinating somebody, I think. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is 0200 hours a game that, if you haven't picked it up yet, are you tempted to pick it up with these new sets of releases coming out for it, like the partisans here, or have you already got the other sets and you're going to add this one in? Let me know what you think. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you're all staying well, and I will catch up with you guys again soon. Take care.